7 o'clock.
We're waiting for it to go live.
Can they see us?
Yes. Ta-da! Oh, they really see us.
They can see us?
Yep.
Do we need to stall?
No.
Should we get going?
Yep.
Hello, this is George.
And Bonnie.
This is Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh Sanctuary Truth Classroom. July 7th. 7/7.
7/7.
Must be going to be a good day.
Absolutely. Always a good day on Tuesday night.
And we're going to go over chapter 15 today. And we're going to start with 1 Samuel 15, 1 and 2. What do I usually say?
1 Samuel 1.
Okay, 1
Samuel
Samuel
15,
My
1.
sweetie's
Sorry.
going to read 1 Samuel 15, 1 and 2.
Samuel said to Saul, Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh sent me to anoint you king over the people over Israel. Now listen to what Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh has to say. Here is what Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh Tezrat says. I remember what Amalek did to Israel, how they fought against Israel when they were coming up from Egypt.
I anointed you king over Israel. Now here is your next order from Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh. My sweetie's going to read 3.
Now go and attack Amalek and completely destroy everything they have. Don't spare them, but kill men and women, children and babies, cows and sheep, camels and donkeys.
Kill everything that is and what belongs to them. Completely destroy everything. Special instructions are: don't spare men, women, children, or babies. Not even, or even kill the cows, sheep, camels, and donkeys. Got it? Read 4, please.
Saul summoned the people and reviewed them in Telaim, 200,000 foot soldiers, and another 10,000 men from Judah.
With 210,000 foot soldiers for his army, then something happened that, unless you understand the history of the Kenites, you might say Saul did it. Read 5 and 6, please.
Saul arrived at the city of Amalek and lay in wait in the valleys. Saul said to the Canaan, go away, withdraw, leave your houses there with the Amalekites. Otherwise, I might destroy you along with them, even though you were kind to all the people of Israel when they came out of Egypt. So the Canaanites went away from among the Amalekites.
Unless you missed it, that's why Saul said that, or did that. Waiting, then sent a messenger to the Kenites, please leave. Now, why did he do such a thing? How about Moses requested? Well, read Numbers. We're going to Numbers 10, 29 through 31.
That's pretty good. I lost 29.
Here.
Oh, there it is. No. Moses said to the Hebron, the son of Reuben in Midian, Moses' father-in-law, we are traveling to a place about which Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh said, I will give it to you. Come with us and we will treat you well, because Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh has promised good things to Israel. But he replied, I will not go. I would rather go back to my own country and my own kinsmen. Moses continued, please don't leave us, because you know that we have to camp in the desert, and you can serve as our eyes. If you do go with us, then whatever good Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh does for us, we will do the same for you.
Travel with us, father-in-law. Help us, and you can be with Israel when we go into Yad-Heh-Vah-Heh's land. How about, let's take another shot at this. My sweetie's going to go to Judges 1, verse 16.
Next, the descendants of the Canaan, Moses' father-in-law, went up out of the city of date palms with the people of Judah into the Judah desert south of the Arad, and they came and settled with the people.
In other words, verse 16 states again that the Kenites were his wife's kin. Yet it seems they may be at the wrong area at the wrong time. Somewhat like Lot and his family in Sodom when he wanted to rescue those two angels. That is in Bereshit or Genesis 19, 1 through 3. If you want to review that part, and the end of 1 Samuel 6 states the Kenites listened and left that place also. Now Saul starts to show his partial obedience to what Yadhevah orders were. Read 7, please.
Then Saul attacked Amalek, starting at Havilah and continuing towards Sur at the border of Egypt.
Sounds impressive, doesn't it? But when you start to study 15:8, it seems to fall apart. Read 8, please.
He took Agag, the king of Amalek, alive, but he completely destroyed the people, putting them to the sword.
Wait a minute. Go back to 15:3 and tell me what that says.
Now go and attack Amalek and completely destroy everything they have. Don't spare them. Kill men and women, children and babies, cows and sheep, camels and donkeys.
It says completely destroy them. Yet in 15:8, read 15:8 again, please.
He took Agag, the king of Amalek, alive, but he completely destroyed the people, putting them to the sword.
Agag, the king, didn't die, but everybody else was killed with the sword, except their king. Why? Read 9, please.
However, Saul and the people spared Agag, along with the best of the sheep and cattle, and even the second best, also the lambs and everything that was good. They weren't inclined to destroy these things, but everything that was worthless or weak, they completely destroyed.
Was it that
was the instructions.
Was it that they wanted to humiliate Agag and use the best for the sacrifices to Yadhevah? Now, what would be wrong with that? In reality, was that to show society how they will always try to justify going against what Yadhevah's instructions are by using your own logic? Think about when you know you shouldn't do or use something or take something with the idea God knows we could use it, so God would look the other way because He is supplying our needs that way. Be it, here's a couple things I wrote this morning. Be it, or the other day, be it by stealing from the government. How about that? You know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Getting money for some made-up total disability, or lying about your taxes. Even to the point, well, like Saul states. Sounds kind of like today, doesn't it? But hey, we destroyed all that other worthless, weak stuff.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Now that's all gone. So-called religious people can, at all times, justify the best while going against Yadhevah's desire. Think about how deceptive these next verses are and how much is in them, really. Read 10, please.
Then the word of Yahweh came to Samuel.
I thought it was longer than that.
Well, that's
Yahweh
good.
talked to Samuel. This next statement is the harshest word spoken about Yahweh's first called king. Read 11, please.
I regret setting up Saul as king because he has turned back from following me and hasn't obeyed my orders. This made Samuel very sad, so that he cried to Yahweh all night.
Think about it. What if you're a priest or a teacher of religion? Wow. Can you imagine Yahweh stating he regrets calling you?
Mm-hmm.
When you go against his son, you have divorced yourself from even calling him the name Yahweh gave him. Oh, where is that Moses in this day and age? Society has always needed truth, and it is to the point where someone very smart, influential, strong type of biblical-based man to be sent with the hand of Yahweh for only truth. Society has always needed what we need now, truth. The time is ripe. Society has had its run. Now truth must be the main topic to focus on. Yet, like any time in history, there is very few looking for it. But let's say billions upon billions want none of that real truth if it goes against their brainwashing Baal type of worship. Is it easy to see? Oh, I'm sorry. It's so easy to see, yet so hard for them to accept that gigantic word, Truth. My sweetie's going to read verse 12.
Samuel got up early in the morning to meet Saul. However, Samuel was told that Saul had come to Carmel to set up a monument for himself there. But now he has left and is on his way to Gilgal.
Saul set up a monument to himself in Carmel, or Carmel. Then went to Gilgal. They met in Gilgal, and the flowery words start flowing from Saul. Read 13, please.
Samuel went to Saul. Saul said to him, "May Yahweh bless you. I have done what Yahweh ordered."
See, I have done what Yahweh has requested of me. And may Yahweh bless you, Samuel. Pouring it on real thick to Yahweh and then saying a blessing for the prophet. Saul must have thought, I have it all. Look what I have done. Then in just a few words, not even a big speech, Samuel steps up to the plate with one small question. Read 14, please.
But Samuel answered, "If so, why do I hear sheep bleating and cows mooing?"
Why do I hear sheep and the mooing of cows? If you did what Yahweh instructed you to do, I don't believe those noises would be in my ears. That must have been his idea of a total about-face from Yahweh's instruction. somewhat like the angel Gabriel to Miriam. What to call her son, yet society doesn't like what Yadhebahe said and goes their own way. You might say that distortion of truth by the influential people in society today are like that king and any man-made-up religion today. Boy, that is a nail on the head. Saul tries to explain his own disobedience to Yahweh's words. Read 15, please.
Saul said, "They brought them from Amalek, because the people spared the best of the sheep and cattle to sacrifice to Yahweh your God. But we completely destroyed the rest."
We did what we thought was best. Saved the best and destroyed the rest. So when we sacrifice, Yahweh will only get the best. No low life for him. Well, not from me anyway. Therefore justifying his actions by trying to pull the wool over what Yahweh's instructions were. Maybe Yahweh didn't realize how great those cows and sheep were.
Yeah, obviously.
But we did. Yes. And like 99.9% of religions today, they do it their way. You might say, yes, like Saul, even today. Does Samuel go like most priests would go? That's okay. Save the best. Change his name. Who cares? It's so more people are and will be on that large road when Yeshua does return. Maybe so-called believers today should pay close attention to 16. Read 16 through 18, please.
Then Samuel said to Saul, "Stop. I'm going to tell you what Yahweh said to me last night. He said, 'Speak.' Samuel then said, 'You may be small in your own sight, but you are head of the tribes of Israel. Yahweh appointed you king over Israel. Now Yahweh sent me on a mission and told you, go and completely destroy Amalek, those sinners. Keep making war on them until they have been exterminated.'"
Saul, stop. You're just digging a larger hole when you speak. You are the king of my people Israel. You were told to exterminate, to completely destroy the Amalekites and everything of theirs. Now look what you have done. Read 19, please.
"Why did you seize the spoil instead of paying attention to what Yahweh said? From Yahweh's viewpoint, you have done an evil thing."
Did you even listen to Yahweh? They have to say no. You did what you thought was best, which, from Yahweh's viewpoint, you might as well say you did evil. Did the king go, "I have sinned, what must I do now"? No, he points out that what he decided to do was the right way. Read 20, please.
Saul said to Samuel, "I did too pay attention to what Yahweh said, and I carried out the mission on which Yahweh sent me. I brought back Agag, the king of Amalek, and I completely destroyed Amalek."
I did too pay attention. Look what I have done. My men may have, well, read 21, please.
"But the people took some of the spoil, the best of the sheep and cattle, set aside for destruction, to sacrifice to Yahweh your God in Gilgal."
They also wanted the best, from Yadhevahe. Is there anything wrong with that? Then Samuel let the king know what's better. Read 22, please.
Samuel said, "Does Yahweh take as much pleasure in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying what Yahweh says? Surely obeying is better than sacrifice, and heeding orders than the fat of rams."
Do you think doing burnt offering and sacrifices is better than what Yahweh says to do? Obeying is better. Then comes the bomb, you might say. Read 23.
For rebellion is like the sin of sorcery, stubbornness like the crime of idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of Yahweh, he too has rejected you as king.
Rebellion is, she just read, rebellion is like the sin of sorcery. Your stubbornness is like the crime of idolatry. And because you have done all of them, stated, Yahweh has now rejected you, Saul, as king. You might say, when society goes against Yahweh's instruction, then you are doing the same type of rebellion as Saul did. Then Saul becomes desperate, you might say. I'd say he becomes very desperate. Read 24 and 25, please.
Saul said to Samuel, "I have sinned. I violated the orders of Yahweh and your words too, because I was afraid of the people and listened to what they said. Now please pardon my sin and come back with me, so that I can worship Yahweh."
I violated his orders. I have sinned, but if you come with me and pardon me of that sin, then I can worship Yahweh. Then everything will be hunky-dory. Samuel, all the way, all you need to do is give me a little help here. Read 26, please.
But Samuel said to Saul, "I will not go back with you, because you have rejected the word of Yahweh, and Yahweh has rejected you as king over Israel."
Saul, Samuel says, Saul, listen. I will not go back, because you have rejected Yahweh yourself. He has rejected you and your kingship. But Saul kept begging, well, you might say. Read 27, please.
As Samuel was turning around to leave, he took hold of the hem of his cloak and tore it.
Then Saul tore the hem of Samuel's cloak. Interesting. Read 28.
Samuel said to him, "Yahweh has torn the kingdom of Israel away from you today and given it to a fellow countryman of yours who is better than you."
Look at the tear. Samuel says, look, like my cloak, Yahweh has torn your kingdom of Israel away from you. Then the one statement that hits the nail on the head. Yahweh is giving the Israelite kingdom to another countryman of yours, is like she said, who is better than you. That had to be a wow statement for Saul. 329, please.
Moreover, the Eternal One of Israel will not lie or change his mind, because he isn't a mere human being subject to changing his mind.
Yahweh doesn't lie or change his mind like you. He isn't a mere human being who is subject to changing his mind to fit your wants. Then verse 30 is kind of interesting. Read 30, please.
Then Saul said, I have sinned, but in spite of that, please show me respect now before the leaders of my people and before Israel by coming back with me, so that I can worship Yahweh, your God.
I want to ask you, what caught your attention when she read that? People, what caught your eye? Here's what caught our eye. The way I worship, that way I can worship Yahweh, your God. He doesn't say our God or my God. He says, that way I can worship Yahweh, your God. Why does Saul think, who does Saul think made him king, or had it become an eye syndrome for the king because he got power like so many leaders or priests? Read 31, please.
So Samuel followed Saul back, and Saul worshipped Yahweh.
They both did Saul's request by following, going back. Then 32 happens. Read 32, please.
Then Samuel said, bring Agag, the king of Amalek, here to me. Agag came to him in chains and said, without doubt, mine will be a bitter death.
Bring out that king who was in chains. Agag says, my death is going to be very bitter. Now, everybody, you got to wait to the end to find out some very interesting facts that we looked up. And I mean that. This is really interesting towards the end. We're getting close, but the end might open some people's eyes. Read 33.
Samuel said, just as your sword has left women childless, so will your mother be left childless among women. Then Samuel cut Agag in pieces before Yahweh in Gilgal.
Your sword, please. And your sword has killed children and the women who are now without their child. Your mother will be childless among women. Now, here's an interesting little statement. This isn't what I want people. His mother must not have been in the country where the Canaanite people, because they killed everybody but the king. So she was either in another country at some other place,
She had to be.
or she was visiting somebody at another place, because it says your mother will be childless among women, or she would have been dead. So I'm saying that I don't think she would have been there. The intriguing part is Saul didn't do anything to Agag, the king. He had a chance, but this time it was Samuel who followed through with Yahweh's command. Now the Hebrew writings stated Samuel cut Agag to pieces. But I looked it up in all our Bibles, but some of the transliterated Bibles, Samuel put him to death. Doesn't that sound better? Read 34 and 35.
Samuel returned to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house in Gibeath Saul. 34 and 35, right? Never again did Samuel see Saul until the day he died. But Samuel grieved over Saul, and Yahweh regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel.
They went their own ways, never to see each other again until the day Saul died. Then the last part of 35 states something that has been understated in the religious world. Read the last part of 35 again, please.
Yahweh regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel.
Yahweh regretted he ever made Saul king over Israel. He regretted that in the end it turned out to be not a good move, you might say. It was a mistake. That verse goes against every statement religion testifies about. Read that last part again.
Yahweh regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel.
Is it that we have our own way with or without Yahweh? When we mess up Yahweh's instructions, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge hole, showing us how society twists their religions of the world. So, what do we mean by that? We looked it up in 8 different Bibles. 1 Samuel 15:35. Here's what they said. Adonai regretted. The Lord repented. Jehovah repented. Lord was sorry. The Lord regretted. And the Lord grieved. We looked each one of those descriptive words up. Let's look at what we found. The first one, regretted, means to have sorrow for doing wrong. And it says there, Adonai regretted, Jehovah repented, the Lord regretted. Oh, wait a minute. The second one, repented, which is to turn from the sin you did. Repented. Where does it say that? Oh, yeah. It says, in one Bible, it said, the Lord repented. The third one says, the Lord was sorry. Which is to feel the feeling of sorrow, regretting, or penitence.
Oh, yeah, penitence.
Penitence for doing something wrong. Wait a minute. The fourth one is the Lord grieved. When is to grieve? Which is to feel grief. Now, grief is an emotional suffering caused by your disaster. Interesting, isn't it? Every one of those descriptive words, all written about what Yahweh did with Saul. That's interesting. Yahweh, you might say, was sorry he made him king. But according to all those descriptive words in the other Bibles, he regretted, he was sorry, he repented. He regretted, he grieved. Now, I've never heard any priest say that God would grieve about what he did. In this instance, would feel sorry that he ever made him king. Interesting. Does that say when he made him king, it was a good idea? But man, you might say Saul, turned it into a not a good idea. And that calls for any priest or king or president or anybody else. He may start out at the right way, but if it goes to your head, it looks like Yahweh can feel that he maybe shouldn't have done that. But according that's what the scriptures say. With all those other writings, you don't know what it really says. But it says there, read the ending again, please.
Yahweh regretted that he had made Saul king over Israel.
So, what that says, now she just read what the word says. Yahweh regretted. In other words, it didn't turn out the way he really wanted it to. Because man took control. You might say that happens quite a bit with the children of Israel. And how about the Baal worshippers called religion today. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting.
Absolutely.
Have to take it kind of personal.
Mm-hmm.
Even Yod-Heh-Vav did. See you next week. We'll do 16. And maybe, just maybe, we can get you people to study and find out what truth is. Have a good week. Bye.